In the year 1816, something went terribly wrong with the seasons. Across much of the world, summer simply never came. Snow fell in June. Frost killed the crops in July and August. Lakes froze in the middle of summer, and a strange, dim gloom hung over the land. People had no idea why. The cause lay on the other side of the planet. This is the story of the year without a summer. Welcome to Curio Hour, where we uncover the strange, the unsolved, and the unforgettable. Today's story: the year without a summer. To understand why an entire summer vanished, we have to travel to the other side of the world, to the islands of Indonesia, in the year 1815. There, on the island of Sumbawa, stood a towering volcano called Mount Tambora. It had been quiet for a very long time and was thought to be harmless. But deep beneath the mountain, enormous pressure had been building for centuries. And in April of 1815, Tambora unleashed it in the most violent way imaginable. The eruption of Mount Tambora was the most powerful volcanic eruption in all of recorded human history. Its scale is almost impossible to comprehend. The explosion blew the top off the mountain, reducing its height by thousands of feet. The blast was reportedly heard over 1,000 miles away. It ejected a staggering volume of rock, ash, and gas high into the atmosphere. The immediate devastation around the volcano was catastrophic. Tens of thousands of people died in the eruption and its immediate aftermath, from the blast, the falling ash, and the famine and disease that followed locally. But the true global impact of Tambora came not from the lava or the blast, but from what it threw high into the sky. The eruption blasted a vast quantity of gas and fine ash into the upper atmosphere, far higher than weather and rain could wash it away. In particular, it released enormous amounts of sulfur dioxide gas. High in the atmosphere, this gas formed a fine haze of tiny droplets that spread across the entire globe. This high-altitude veil of haze acted like a vast, thin curtain wrapped around the whole planet. And it had a dramatic effect on sunlight. The haze reflected a portion of the sun's light and warmth back into space before it could reach the surface of the Earth. The result was a phenomenon scientists now call a volcanic winter. With less of the sun's energy reaching the ground, temperatures around the world began to drop. It took many months for the full effect to take hold, as the haze spread and thickened across the Northern Hemisphere. By the following year, the consequences were severe. And so, in 1816, the year after the Great Eruption, the seasons broke down. People who had never heard of Tambora suddenly found their world turned cold and dark. In the spring of 1816, things seemed almost normal at first. But as the year went on, it became clear that something was deeply wrong with the weather. In the northeastern United States and Canada, the cold was shocking. In May, frost damaged crops. And then came June, which should have been warm and green. Instead, in June of 1816, snow fell across parts of New England and Canada. Snow in the heart of what should have been early summer. People were astonished and frightened. Snowdrifts piled up. Birds died in the cold. Newly shorn sheep perished in the unexpected freeze. And it did not end with June. Through July and August, hard frost struck again and again, killing crops just as they tried to grow. Lakes and rivers that should have been warm enough for swimming were instead found with ice on their surface in the middle of summer. The weather was wildly erratic. Warm spells would suddenly give way to killing frosts overnight, making it nearly impossible for farmers to grow anything. The sun itself looked strange. Because of the haze, sunsets around the world turned vivid and unusual, glowing with deep reds and oranges, an eerie beauty born of disaster. The cold was not confined to North America. Across the Atlantic, Europe was suffering too, in a year of relentless gloom, cold, and rain. Europe was still recovering from years of devastating war and was poorly prepared for a failed harvest. The cold and endless rain ruined crops across the continent. Constant rainfall flooded fields and rotted whatever managed to grow. The grain harvest failed across much of Europe, from Britain to the heart of the continent. And when harvests fail, hunger follows. The year without a summer brought widespread famine to many parts of the Northern Hemisphere. Food prices soared as grain became scarce. In many places, the cost of basic bread doubled, tripled, or rose even higher, far beyond what poor families could afford. People were reduced to eating whatever they could find. There are accounts of families surviving on wild plants and of livestock dying for lack of feed. It is considered one of the worst famines of the 19th century in the Western world. Tens of thousands, and likely many more, died from hunger and the diseases that came with it. The hardship triggered unrest. Food riots broke out in parts of Europe as desperate people protested the scarcity and the soaring prices. And it set people in motion. Many farmers in New England, ruined by the failed harvests, gave up and migrated westward, seeking better land and warmer weather. This wave of migration helped populate the American Midwest, reshaping the map of the young country, all set in motion by a volcano on the far side of the world. Throughout all of this suffering, almost no one understood the true cause. The link between a distant eruption and their freezing summer was completely unknown at the time. People searched for explanations. Some blamed sunspots, which had been observed on the sun. Others saw the cold and darkness as a sign of divine anger or the end of days. It would be many decades before scientists fully understood how a great volcanic eruption could cool the entire planet for a year or more. Only later did researchers connect the dots, linking the year without a summer to the eruption of Mount Tambora the year before. The mystery was finally solved. But strangely, this dark and difficult year also left behind some unexpected gifts, born directly out of the gloom. That summer, a group of riders was staying near a lake in Switzerland. Trapped indoors by the cold, wet, miserable weather, they sought ways to pass the time. To amuse themselves, they challenged each other to write frightening stories. And from that gloomy fireside contest came one of the most famous tales ever written. A young woman named Mary Shelley conceived the idea for her novel Frankenstein during that dark, stormy summer. The cold gloom of 1816 helped give birth to a literary masterpiece. The same gathering helped inspire early vampire fiction, planting seeds that would later grow into the entire genre of Gothic horror. A dark summer, a dark imagination. There were other strange legacies too. The eerie, hazy skies and vivid sunsets of the period are thought to have influenced the dramatic, glowing paintings of some artists. Even the humble bicycle may owe something to that year. With horses dying for lack of feed, an inventor was inspired to create an early machine to replace them. So from one of the most miserable years in living memory came literature, art, and invention, strange flowers blooming in the cold and the dark. It is a curious thought that some of our most enduring stories and ideas were shaped in part by ash drifting silently through the upper atmosphere from a mountain that most of those affected had never heard of. The year without a summer stands as a powerful reminder of how connected our world truly is. A single mountain erupting in Indonesia chilled the entire planet. It reshaped harvests, drove migrations, sparked famine, and even shaped the stories we tell, all from a cloud of haze drifting silently through the upper sky. A whole season stolen by a distant volcano in a world that had no idea why. The strange and far-reaching story of the year without a summer.